YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Esoteric Ebb. We finally had our first death in the last episode, and so you know what? I think we're gonna go right back and try to fight this gelatinous cube. I just have to remember how to get there, and that should be pretty darn easy. I can't believe how bad that thing ended up messing me up last time. It was almost instant death. I think it was down this hallway, so that's not the button I want to hit. I have Shield of Faith prepared, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast that to see if that helps with this. Was not the hallway. Where was this gelatinous cube? Hello? No, that was a dead end. Oh god, I don't remember. I hope everyone's been enjoying themselves with this. I certainly have been having a blast and wanting to play as much as possible because it has been an absolute great time. Is this the cube? Everything goes very, very tight. This is the cube. I don't like this. Yeah, I can't breathe. Cleric, you okay? I hear your companion's voice. Possibly quite terrible. Hold on. You're not playing around. I can't move. Oh, no, no, no. Stop playing around. Stopping like that reminds me of that time that... Yeah, the acidic gel cube. And 11 off the rip. Okay. Keep trying to scream. I can't. Everything's stuck. This already is not going good. I guess Shield of Faith did absolutely nothing for me. Yeah, Cleric. The goblin's voice faintly, but listen to me. I don't know why, but the cube ain't aggressive, so he's gonna toss us a rope. We're gonna have to make the strength check. Oh my god, I did not put on the strength stuff that I needed. There's no way. Yeah, it's impossible. We just die again. Yep, fight back. Muscles give out. 6. That's death. Now we need to make saving throws. Okay, made 2, made 3. That went a heck of a lot better than last time. Cleric. Faint voice calls out to you. The feeling isn't nice. The one where you're sitting, eyes fixed upon the bucket, the sour apple sticking out like a mountain of bad decisions. The sick and sinking feeling in your stomach. It feels sick. It was not right. But you did it. They told you to. 15. You ate 15. You probably knew it wasn't real, but you did. I ate 15 apples. And when you walked up to those kids at the bottom of the pit behind the hills, Central Lower School, with the bucket filled with 15 apples, they laughed, they chanted, evil. Little shits. Children are the worst. That's when you got the nickname. That stuck around until your dad died and you left the hills behind. Oh my God. They kept saying it. When you got mad, they said it. When you played along, mocking yourself, they said it. Apple Boy. Apple Boy. It's not even a good name. So uninspired. Yet you still tried to follow them, to be nice, play nice, be a friend, Apple Boy. But eventually they just started running away. Apple Boy. Each time you tried to get close, they would laugh and snicker and leave. And so the Apple Boy was all alone until the day you dumb asshole. Open your eyes. Take the damn rope. Goblin cannot speak to you that way. Show him how a man deals with his problems. He does not enjoy seeing you to be dissolved, clearly. Okay, now a much easier check. Barely past that. Holy hell. You push and fight against an endless pressure of this translucent force of acid pain, and then you grab the rope, you cling to it. Let's go, the goblin yells and pulls with all his might. Your muscles urge to stop, but the lack of pain on each limb as it escapes the cube's surface causes you to continue, and finally, we leave the cube. Thank God. You pant and wheeze and cough up pieces of still sizzling cube ooze onto a dungeon floor. Awesome. We're puking up acid cube. Pain fades. Part of that is your brain not processing. Next to you, the goblin laughs. Holy shit. I thought you were a goner. No, not yet. Good spirit. Woo! You turn around and look at it. The massive gelatinous cube just stays entirely still. It does not move nor react to your presence. It's a weird one. I've seen a few cubes, but never one that just sits there. Really ominous, honestly. So is this way forever blocked, or can we go through the cube again? I punched the cube. I don't know if we should. What, can we know what the cube is? Slang for gelatinous cube. Awesome. Tell me what you know about these things, Snell. For one, they're never this passive. They also shouldn't be this big. I don't think I've heard of them splitting and merging at times, but not to this size. Beyond that, I just know they're attracted to... He stops and thinks for a bit. What was it? The blood of man? Powerful woman? Soulless free striders? Hot local goblins? Foreigners? It's not clerics, as I swear on the gods if it's clerics. He snaps his fingers. They're attracted to heat. Warmth? That is a synonym, yes. I bet it has something to do with... Punch it. Swing your fist, hitting a nearly solid surface. It sort of bounces as you make contact. I don't think that's a Goblin doesn't have time to finish. Oh no, the ooze quickly senses that was a bad choice. Flying towards you. Dodge it. Yeah, that's right. You ain't hit me with your goo. You quickly step out of the way, but as you get ready for the next attack, it does not come. You do not seem to do anything to it beyond causing it to lash out. Right. It's passive until you start fucking with it. Got it. Then let's be nice to it. Can we pet it? Reach forward and carefully tap the surface. Ah, no! 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 Okay, mistakes were made. Whoopsies. Where's our save on this? That's twice now we've died to this stupid cube. All right, that's it. We're going back. Round 3, baby. Cube, it is you and me. I just cannot wait to absolutely extinguish you this time. A mysterious door. All right, mark the door in our brains. Here's the cube. We went the long way. Yes, we did. All right, we don't have to do this, but we're going to because I'm sick of this darn jello. I don't like it. We'll skip all this. Yep. Oh, no, no, no. Cube. Only his for 7 this time. Better start. Keep trying to scream. I can't. Everything's stuck. Yep. Nope. All right. Fail this automatically with a nice 57. Got it. This is gonna hurt. How bad? 9. Okay, we have to live again. Nope. No. Oh my God. Come on. This damn cube. All right. 4th time's the charm. No, 3rd time's the charm. Here we go. Say below ain't blowing enough. Come on. This cube is going to be my little bitch. 7 again. All right. Come on. Automatically fail that with a 65 that time. 6. We're dead. Nope. Save. 1 more. Nice. All right. There we go. Now let's make sure to not misclick on anything here. Apple Boy being traumatized by eating 15 apples for some god no reason. All right, it's only a 5. Critical success, awesome. Nat 20. That doesn't change anything. We got out of the cube. Pain fades, awesome. Now don't pet it because it's gonna murder us. Well, dude, tell me what you know about it again. Blood of man? No. Whoops. It's not clerics, is it? Okay. Warmth. Got it. I wonder. Let's leave. But is there something in the cube? Oh no. Are we hungry yet? I think we deserve to eat. We do. Okay, that's 5. We eat again. Yes, we can. That's good for now. All right. Mysterious door. Now that we've conquered the cube, let's go through this door. Before you stands an iron door. At center, 5-point star has been etched deep into the metal. That's some fancy door. Examine the star symbol. You lean closer to inspect the etched star. 4 points, perfectly symmetrical. Any ideas, Snell, about your fancy mystery dungeon door? Not really my area of expertise, cleric, but I bet you need some kind of password or a spell, or he mimes breaking something with his fist. Subtle, very subtle, but yeah, good work. All right, let's touch it. Your gloved hand meets cold iron, a ripple of translucent energy pulses across the surface. It's not like everything else down here has tried to murder me so far. It's locked magically. All right, so Snow's right. Smash it, or perhaps think for a bit. Obviously, there should be a way to get inside. What kind of magic is sealing is this? We are not able to do either of those. All right, I guess we gotta leave. So, no magic door. I don't dare screw with the cube again. All right, I guess we've explored all the Undercity that we can. Let us head to the bar that is open. The bar opened at 1800, it says. So now I just have to remember how to get back there. Okay, here we are, the Drunk Sphinx. Nothing exciting happened just walking through the tunnels. Other than I realized we didn't fully go down to the city below. We only went to a sub-level of it, so there will be more to explore there later. But because certain things are only open on a certain clock, I do want to check this place out. And oh my God, who are you? Big blue griffin lady with a lot of jewelry. All right, are you the Sphinx they talk about? A lull falls out of the ambient cheer, just a beat of uncertainty as this cleric steps before the tavern's singular attraction. This happens all the time. Visitors come to gawk and stare, some brave ones to speak with her. The lady of the house, our most delightful host. Ulzis, Vault Guardian, towering, you stare at this somewhat feline creature up on the stage, a living myth, currently taking a swig out of a barrel, clearly not paying you any mind. Who are you, and how did you get here? The scent of cheap wine lingers in the air along with an esoteric sensation. A gynosphinx is not to be trifled with. Her physical characteristics are enough to crush everything that is you. However, she will not have to raise a paw. Okay, tread carefully. Your legs tremble. We're going to talk to her. We're not scared. Greetings. The Sphinx looks down at you. Meeting her glowing blue glaze makes you feel like you're falling far, far below the world. Oh God, we're drowning. Her expression turns dark. She scrunches that pretty face of hers. Dark tidings bring you to the hearth. She speaks low and rolling. You expect her to act a bit drunker, considering the empty barrels to her side. Then again, who knows how well a Sphinx holds her liquor. A helmed dog dragging its leash around the vestiges of yore. She extends a claw thick as your arm and pokes you in the stomach. Woof. Oh my God. I'm gonna woof back. Her expression grows lighter, then she lets out a deep breath. That sort of joke only works once, so no barking. If you want her attention, you must do something remarkable. All right, Charisma, we're trusting you. She takes another sip from her barrel, not looking at you. Watch yourself, cleric. Ulzis isn't one for idle chit-chat. You know this Sphinx? Shakes his head. Every night there's a drunk jackass that asks for a riddle. She usually doesn't hurt them. It's fine, Snell. I can handle this creature. You're not lacking in confidence, at least. I wish to prove myself worthy, great Sphinx. Worthy, little one. Worthy how? Don't you give out riddles? Certainly. Are you ready? Rhetorical. Just wait. She finishes last bit of her barrel and puts it down with a slam. The Sphinx leans in, hissing. Once I had the sun's favor. My creed cling close to the wall. Matured in shadows, I've witnessed empires rise and fall. Once left in silence, now the life of the ball. She raises her paw and gestures to the open chamber, yet I remain a draught of remembrance, a history's thrall. What am I? I am not good with riddles, easy. Your companion smirks. He knows. I'm not trusting a DC of 19 on my intelligence. We're not going to care about how many questions we get. Where Snell knows. So what do you think, Snell? The Sphinx turns to Snell with a frown. Oh, this seems like a personal riddle for you, not me. So I'm just going to watch, all right? She nods. Oh, fuck off, Snell. I don't care about how many guesses I get. What do I get if I get it right? Doesn't matter. Is this a trick question sort of deal? Can I think about this for a bit? What happens if I get it wrong? You know what? Do we pray? Let's pray. Nope. Nope, we failed that. Focus your mind to come up with something, anything that could be the answer to this riddle, something old and time-worn. Oh, God. What was... All right, the riddle is... The Sphinx leans in, hissing. Once I had the sun's favor, my creed cling closed the wall. Matured in shadows, I've witnessed empires rise and fall. Once left in silence, now the life of the ball. Yet I remain a draught of remembrance, a history's thrall. What am I? Sun, moon, goblins, humans, dragons, sphinxes, apples, food, meat, wine, dreams, emotions, heartache, eyes, hands, weather, trees, music. So I got 1 in 19 chance. I don't know why I'm thinking the sun or moon. Maybe just because of the rising line? No, once I had the sun's favor, so it wouldn't be the sun. My creed cling close the wall. I don't know what that means. Matured in shadows, so grew in the dark, I've witnessed empires rise and fall. Once left in silence, now the life of the ball. Yet I remain a draught of remembrance, a history's thrall. What am I? And Snell knew it, and he's a goblin. But goblin, no, it wouldn't be the moon. No. Would it be the moon? No. Oh God, I don't know. Screw it, goblins. The Sphinx gives a frown. No, that is wrong. Awesome. Yeah, it's fair. I didn't really pay attention. You're going to kill me now. You're going to crush me to death? Why do you sound so giddy when you ask that? No, you simply disappoint me. That should be punishment enough, she sighs. Although I suppose... Yes, she gives you a strange look. Is she going to eat you? Are you interested in quests, little one? Yes, I love quests. 100%. Good. Then you may have another chance to prove yourself. She gives you a serious expression. Accepting a divine quest from a sphinx is no trifling matter, mortal. In fact, few would survive such an ordeal. Well, you don't know Ebb. We got out of a gelatinous cube. It only killed us 3 times. This is a chance to prove yourself to an ancient creature. You also look incredibly manly doing it. Quest? Indeed. Behind me stands a vault. It opens only to those worthy. She leans her massive head downwards close enough for you to smell the wine breath. To prove worthy, you must solve my most ancient of riddles. So old it was handed to me when I first stepped inside this chamber millennia past. I'm pretty great at questing. I'm sure you are, little one. Your companion whispers to you. You're going on epic sphinx quest now? Sure, why not? Not like we're on a job or anything. This is important, Snow. Maybe to you. No, really, it's very important to the job too. Convince me. It could grant me esoteric knowledge or like the tea shop. If I solve her riddle, I'll get to go inside the mystery vault. He sighs. Solving the tea shop mystery is one thing, but the vault could have anything behind it. He stares at you. Could even solve the tea shop mystery. Nods slowly. You're an idiot. Look, I won't stand in the way. Just don't waste too much time on it, okay? Sphinx stares at your companion. A hero must face as much adversity during his quest. She laughs quietly to herself and takes a swig of wine. So what exactly is this quest? This is a riddle, the answer of which is not uttered in words, but revealed by action. She goes quiet and closes her eyes. Just listen. Bound within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. She takes a breath, revealing a wicked grin. Burrow deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Then she leans in, almost whispering those final words. Folk and gods and thronging herds, a man divine alone howls his words. Easy, you understand it immediately. Oh, I get it. You? A symbolic clash of all 3 categories of spells. It could be related to the Gate era. Gate era. No, cleric, this is not the answer. The answer is not something you can speak. She uses a massive claw to grab something from her pile of stuff and tosses it to you. Once you understand this riddle, return here. You can only solve it during daytime alone. We wouldn't want anyone else accidentally figuring out this riddle, would we? She glances at your goblin companion. Goblin groans. I am not interrupting the job for that. Do it in the morning or something before you pick me up. The Sphinx chuckles. I never sleep, so you can show up anytime after sunrise and before the tavern opens. What have you gotten yourself into? Sounds like this could lead to one hell of a treasure. I know she's not going to give me a hint, so we're not going to waste time on that. Is there a tavern your lair, or a lair your tavern? What do you know about the tea shop? It startled me, which is not an easy thing to do. I imagine you're quite close to it. Yes, an explosion like that has not been felt in this place for decades at least. Stay quiet for a few seconds, then jump towards her and yell, boo? No, understandable. Yes, it reminded me of our darkness, what your people call the Fade era. There was a time just before I was tasked with guarding this vault, then the Maluska, Tolling Cattell, often bargained with me for divine knowledge and assistance. I liked those snails. They were good company. I was saddened when their city melted under Esuth's fire. The crackling of those flames, the terrible force that ruined everything in its path, flames of many colors. Those thoughts stirred in me when I felt that explosion. Old magic. Do you think it was Dragonfire that caused the explosion? Could someone have used Fireball to cause the explosion? So we're still trying, right now our greatest lead is the man in yellow, Frank, son of Frank. Hell of a name. And I think he is a wizard, so could a Fireball cause it? I've seen more than a fair share of those in my time. Seems like everyone uses it. A 3rd level Fireball would not come close to that power. What about a higher level? It would have to be very high, so who knows, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Who's Esuth? I prefer not. His terrible reign is a topic left of polite conversation. Whenever you see the flaming mounds upon the burned coast lit up in smoke and cinder, you will know his will has not gone away, not for a moment. Flames of many colors, blue, yellow, and purple. It is said if you can see the purple, it will be the last thing you do, either from blinding or merciful death. We don't care how long she's been here. Do you think it was Dragonfire? No, I don't. It was much too concentrated of a blast. Besides, the dragon large enough to cause such destruction would also surely not be capable of sneaking away without a single witness. All right, Frank, son of Frank, we are finding you. Who are you voting for in the election? I'm not. What? Why? I cannot leave to vote, I'm afraid, even if it was my business to leave an imprint on the affairs of mortals. If you could leave, what would you vote? Oh, I don't know. What would you have me vote for if you were in my shoes? Not the nationalists. Freestars is who we've been riding with, but I'm starting to really be brought towards the Asgals. I'm going Asgals. Ah, yes, a bunch of failed revolutionaries will surely be the best choice to safeguard the future. The Sphinx obviously does not hold any clear political idea. All right, good to know. Door behind her is the vault. You're a very impressive creature. You know that. We can try to flirt with this thing. All right, let's go. We got charisma. She taps her claws. Where are you going on with this little one? Oh boy, get ready to run. Yeah, this might be a bad idea. No, it's not. Your goblin companion kicks you in the shin. Want to get mazed? He hisses at you. That's how you get mazed. Goblin is referring to the concept of being magically transported into an endless prison. Sounds fun. Oh my god, charisma 31. Never mind, never mind. All right, little one, I'll assume you simply coughed very loudly. We'll come back for that. All right. Auto saving. Dusk. Ooh, we finally hit dusk. What is this? An old well. You can talk to the well. You approach the old well. It's dry and very, very deep. Look down. We can jump down it. You only see darkness. All right, that's cool. All right, and at midnight, we can go talk to our boss. Who's this, though? Oh, this is Vera. You saw from the first episode. She's the one we had to stop the dwarf protest gathering in the circle. It'd be something akin to 1,000 a month standard fare, really. And this is Rick's Biter, local tavernier. Obviously, all my proprietary deals would have to be included in that, obviously, which would make it more akin to double that price at least. The orc woman places her cup on the counter and leans forward. We hope you'll consider it. Fiendish woman behind the counter gives her a wide, sharp grin. Vera turns to leave, almost walks right into you. Whoops! Cleric, lovely to see you again, but I can't stop to chat. Do swing by Water Lane later, will you? Oh, come on. We've been looking forward to this moment. As the orc steps past you and leaves the tavern, you look over to the one behind the bar. She locks eyes with you while putting away the orc's cup. Approach. All right, lady bartender, you must know what's up. Behind the counter stands a woman of fiendish origin, focused on filling up one of the taps. She immediately stops when she notices your approach. Welcome to the Drunk Sphinx. My good lord, a cleric? How lovely to see you say stop by. Name's Rick's Biter. I'll be serving you tonight. This woman's perfect hub of information. Pick the brain. Absolutely. We're not going to tell her we want to pick her brain, though. How did that happen? The horns? Actually, I need to make it clear to you that I'm not a cleric. No way. You're a tavern owner? Do you have a bunch of information? I want to pick your brain. That could be arranged, she says, and gives you a big smile. I'll pick it real good. Neat. He keeps up that smile. I'm not a cleric. No way. Oh my. What kind of rapskillion are you then to dress up like that? Why does it keep pointing us towards a roguish kind of rapskillion? The magic kind, a spell-slinging wizard. Oh, how wondrous. You're a tavern owner, sure. If there's anything I can do for you, just ask. I know more than most in the sprawling city of ours. The city's not hers. We all share this place as much hers as yours. Oh, Snell, she exclaims. You know Snell? Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Want something to drink? I'm on the clock. Oh, you're the escort, eh? That's not how I'd phrase it, but sure. She laughs and sticks a sharp finger in your face. Don't get Snell into too much trouble, you hear? He's already grumpy enough as is. The two of them clearly share a past in enemies to lovers kind of way, only without the lovers part. What's up with the gesture towards the Sphinx? That's old as this. Great gal. She's a Gyno Sphinx. She's been here since like early gay era. We good luck getting any more than that out of her. Does she always drink this? I heard a riddle. I think we all did, but good luck. Not often she gives out a personal puzzle like that. It means one thing. Olzus wants to put you to the test, so to speak. How many people have solved that one riddle? 2. That I know of, at least. One was a bit more discreet than the other. However, I promised to keep it a secret, so... Oh, we have to know. Tell me you solved it. Barely passed that somehow. Fine, I'll say, but I promise not to tell anyone. The first one is sort of a myth these days, but it was your god, good cleric, Earth. Yep, I wasn't here to witness it, of course, but that's what Olzus told me. If you can't trust the ancient Gyno Sphinx, then who can you trust? And second, a year ago I caught a certain fellow entrepreneur having a chat with Olzus, and I ended up getting a glimpse of their combo. It was Viskin, you know, the local mortician? Oh, everything leads back to Viskin. Olzus won't talk about it, but he totally solved one of her riddles and got something in return. No idea what, but hey, you didn't hear it from me, she says and winks. So do you think he got the ability to control the dead and reincarnate? because he had the zombie in his basement, wasn't too happy when we were making note of it. Don't care. What do you know about the tea shop? It blew up. People keep saying that. Right? Very strange. Gives you a quick shrug. Wasn't here. Not usually on Tolstad over noontime. I'm more of a night gal, obviously. So I'm not much help, sadly. I just heard the regular. But I can recommend talking to the kid at the kiosk upstairs. His brother comes in here often. I overheard him talking about it. And I spoke with Arn. Great. Hope you didn't scare him too much. Kidding. Do you know about a man called Frank, son of Frank? The question causes her to allow a hearty laugh. I'm so happy I'm not the one having to ask that stupid fucking question. No, I'm afraid I haven't, she eventually manages to tell you. Sorry, Claire. God damn it. She probably gets hundreds of people using that fake name during any given week. Really, Frank, son of Frank? All right, tell me about the owner. Drummer? He's a real piece of work. Like, I'm impressed that he kept the tea shop afloat for so long. But look, I just know the rumors, okay? I love rumors. She leans in with a smirk, saying, Drummer kept the tea shop full of Asgalis, mostly young ones, but supposedly been working with the Freestriders on the side. Like some kind of spy. Could you imagine? So he plays both two of the three parties. Where do you think he's at? Well, I do remember him mentioning something of an escape plan one time. Really? That sounds very relevant. The bird was drunk, okay? Muttered something about covering every liability and how his escape plan was. Look, I thought it was a bad joke. But he said from what I can recall that his plan was to sneak into a crate and ship himself to Reed's. Idiot, he had to survive for weeks in a tiny cramped space. The bird's smarter than I thought. I mean, I'm sure it's happened at some point historically. Drunken ramblings, but if I were you, I'd check water lane. Okay. Do you think he blew it up? No. She shakes her head and repeats her answer. No. That bird couldn't make a ballsy move like that. Now, run away from it for sure. That's what I expect. And indirectly, I'd be surprised if he's not at least a little to blame. All right, that's it for now. What is the tavern talk? Talk of the tavern. What's the hot goss, as they say? The fiendish tavern keeps suddenly stops cleaning the counter and stares at you. Excuse me? No, I'm asking. She tosses cloth over her shoulder. You want rumors? Yes, please. Well, you've heard about the missing paladin? That's a bit of mystery. Lord Gorm is said to have gone missing in the city below, although really it's just rumors. I haven't seen him for weeks, so it's a bit worrying. Lord Gorm, of course, I've heard of him. He's the last paladin of Earth. He's very important to the city. I'd like to ask more about him. Sure. I don't know much, but to be completely honest, but if I were you, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Do you wear a helmet? Oh, no, never actually. I always showed off those golden locks. Clear sign of corruption. Guess his proclivity for vanity very much surpassed your own cleric. I'm not a cleric. You ever hear him say anything suspicious? Look, drunkards say all kinds of shit, and can't read too much into it. What'd you hear? Mostly a bunch of ranting about how every single political entity in the city should be burned to the ground. Some typical pro-human slogans, you know the stuff. That just sounds like objective truth to me. So Lord Gorm is a fascist, got it. I'm sure he has his reasons to be upset. I hope you told him to shut his mouth. All right, he's a fascist, got it. Might be simplifying the issue a bit, but sure. Know where I can find him? I hear all kinds of rumors. Either he's... I know you do. You keep telling me that. And you're telling me one right now, in fact. So stop repeating it. Just get on with your story. Either he's cracked under the pressure and started living as a fisherman or beggar on water lane, or he's died in the tunnels below fighting undead abominations, or he's jumped on the ship to Muletown. Maybe Lord Gorm wants to head out onto the infinite waste through the tolls pass. All right. Either way, I don't think you're going to find him, cleric, but maybe there's some clues as to his fate somewhere here on Tolstad. Who knows? All right, so we all of a sudden have a bunch of adventures. Searching for a paladin. Is that the same one? Don't expect to find much. I haven't seen. Yeah, okay. Who are you voting for in the election? That's a cheeky question. Don't worry, I will not repress your political opinions. Promise? Press a hand against your cheek and scream. I swear, Lady Rick's bite her. She's taken back by your exclamation. Don't just start screaming like that, for fuck's sake. She clearly loves to talk about her own thoughts and opinions for days, so early on I thought about voting for the agricultural party. I haven't heard about them. They had a big focus on small business owners, that's me, but obviously they moved on to bigger worker class focus and are now completely swallowed by Asgaliism. So now I'm leaning towards the Freestriders. They want to build up the economy and increase trade, which will directly make my life easier. Plus, it's hard to ever vote for the Nationalists when they want my kind to be second class. Yeah, no, screw the Nationalists. And Freestriders will let you buy your way to first class, or what? She gives a half smirk, something like that. You're a Freestrider then? Sounds to me like you don't understand. Fuck fascism. Give her a high five. You're a free strider then? Hey, just because I'll vote for him doesn't mean I'm dedicated for life. That's how I feel. They happen to be the most useful for my business, nothing else. All right, fuck fascism. Give her a high five. She enthusiastically meets her hand in a satisfying smack. Hot shit. Hell yeah. All right. It's all politics now. I don't really care about you right now. All right. So, does this musician know anything? You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Remind me, where are we doing again? Cool place to come here often. I have some stuff to take care of. Oh, no. I didn't want to talk to you, Snell. I wanted to talk to you. Miss Nearly. The goblin seems to be playing around with strings. She's tuning it. I'll just wave. Her entire body jolts when she sees you. Your existence is shocking to her. I'm playing in a second, okay? Can I request a song? No, go away. I need some tense ambience for all the conversations I'm going to have here tonight. You should play some debate music, would be suitable with the election coming up. Take your time, bow your head. She finishes whatever she was doing to her instrument. All right, let's hear his shit. This isn't really a dancing tavern, otherwise you go wild. Let her play. All right, here we go. Leave and let her play. That was useless. Who else? All right, so do I got one conversation left in this bar? Is that little goblin man? I got Bird Boy over here. Can I do something with the jukebox? No. Disabled. All right, Bird Boy, stay in the corner. You're not ominous or anything. Raz, bow for hire. The Seeker of Smoke. Is this the hunter that laid all the traps downstairs? The scent of smoke fills your helmet as you approach the hooded goblin. Takes a drag from the pipe, his rough face illuminated. Oh my god, didn't I see you at Pillar Crossing? The hooded goblin does not reply at first, then he just looks to Snell with a foul frown. I see you're getting more cran by the day. Fuck you. Identify yourself, goblin. I don't trust this guy. You hear him clear his throat slowly. Nah, I suggest bothering someone else, human. What do you know about the tea shop? He doesn't know shit. The hooded goblin laughs. Need help, huh? Figured. Are you insulting me, goblin? Yeah. Now fuck off. Your companion turns to you and mutters, God, he's such a fucking cunt. Oh my god. Snell. Glass him. Yeah, screw it. Glass him. Is that dangerous? You grab a half-filled glass from the table. He's not going to talk to us like that. Snell doesn't like him. Let's go. This goblin watches your movements closely. That's his drink. What powerful, manly move. Your companion gives you a careful look. He wonders what the hell you're about to do. Time to decide what glass him means, eh? Guess you can make it mean anything you want. Smash into his face. Give him the glass, a toast for you. Pour out the alcohol content on the floor. Let's... 17. I don't think we're passing it, but let's try. Nope. I should have added the strength. Thanks. As you violently attempt to press the glass into the goblin's face, he reacts, swinging his cloak around, blocking your vision for its target. Before you realize, the goblin has grabbed his glass back and moved underneath your legs in one fell swoop. Staying behind you, a blade pressed firmly against your inner thigh. Whoa, hold on. Raz? I yield? The hooded goblin slowly removes his blade and takes a sip from the glass. He picks up the pipe from the ground, taking a big drag. Oh no. He's going to cut me. The coast is made of 3 folk. There are folk who wield force, the kind to break kneecaps and spirits. Then there are survivors, the folk who take beatings and pain and make it through every day despite living as prey. He leans back to the seat, blowing smoke in the air. You are the 3rd kind of folk, human. Sounds like I should be the 1st kind. He lets out a smoky scoff. Human, trust me. You are the folk type meant for slaughter. Right, extremely dramatic, both of you. He gives the hood goblin a quick bow. But thank you for not killing the cleric, Raz. He gives you a thumbs up. Thank you for doing that, cleric. Best thing I've seen all year. Fuck you, you cron piece of shit. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Who you work for? Why would I tell you? Why wouldn't you? It's embarrassing. Do you work for like Viscount or something? Goblin freezes. I know what? Oh, he doesn't. Okay. All right. You didn't even need to pick on anything there. Fuck off. All right. So we got another connection to Viskin. Is the hunter most likely the one laying the traps down, going towards the city below? Goblin glances at you. Smarter. Snell. Don't cause any trouble. Okay. Snell motions for you to both leave the guy alone. Hello, Smarter. Just stares at you. Leave him. Smarter is a notorious pickpocket. Don't let him get too close. You should learn from Smarter. Oh, he's a common thief, eh? Cool, he's a rogue like me. So he's a goblin? Snow glares at, no, look, I'm talking a real, actual pathological kleptomania case. Like, can't keep his hands away from pockets type deal. Except smarter, he fails every single time, hurting himself in the process too. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's ever gotten away with anything, so just be careful around him. I don't want him hurting himself again. All right, let's not stick around then. All right, do we go talk to Viskin, or do we go try to check out Water Lane? Or, like, where do I rest is my question. Because it keeps saying I'm exhausted. Let's see, is Viskin even home? What is this? No, give me that. No, anything Viskin's Lich House. All right, it's just the description. I mean, we have to pass Viskin on the way down. Hey, good old buddy, old pal, how's it going? Yes, he says with a smile, putting away some of his documents before him. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. Turn around and whisper, Snell. What can you tell me about this guy? Oh, so all right, we can ask about the riddle. You are better at investigations than I imagined, cleric. Yes, I completed one of her riddles. So you know Ulza's son. What was your riddle? It was a test, if anything, about fire, life, and death. That's all I can say. Oh, are you bound by some oath? No, cleric. I am simply being courteous. To Ulza's? He nods. To the Sphinx. Can you help me solve mine? No. What I can say is, the Sphinx enjoys wine and company. She only wants to see what you are capable of, not your intellectual prowess. Stares at you blankly. She wants to test your esoteric might, most likely due to your natural existence. My talents? Yes. Figure out what her riddle asks you to perform, then perform it through magic. Should not be too difficult for you. It shall be solved. Okay, so you know her. She's aware of me. We do not fraternize, but I do not enjoy angering her. All right, that was useless. Did I already ask you about the tea shop? Tell me what you do know. Of course, I heard the explosion. I went out to investigate, only to find the tea shop caught up in a raging inferno. The Tolstad militia were already heading into action, so I went back inside us to not be in the way. Okay, and that is, what were you doing when the explosion occurred? Did you hear anything peculiar? A loud bang, some shouting afterwards. What sort of shouting? From the militia, they were rushing to the scene. The fire prevention declaration has truly done wonders for his city. How loud was it? It shook the Lich House, and mind you, this is not some ordinary basement. This is a remnant tower going hundreds of feet deep into the earth. I'd be surprised if anyone in Tolstad missed it. Nothing else? The entire district almost turned into an inferno. Yes, there's quite a loud commotion. Nothing that stands out, however. Like, actually, nothing else. Not that I recall. Are you sure? Hellman stares at you for a while. How thick are you? Pretty sure. All right, we just wasted our time there. Oh, it's 2020. All right. What were you doing? Working. Emotion sorts a stack of papers. You do what sort of work? If you must know, it was the end of life report on a sailor. Tragic. He doesn't want to speak about the subject, but I'll let you ask one question. I can feel it. Let's see if he's lying. Ask something really specific. What was the date of his birth? A human, that's not specific. Nay. What was the date of his birth? 3rd of Somil 509 AE. Arcane era lasted 511 years. The day is 29 years old. He answered inhumanly quickly to the point for such an obscure question. It's either a very elaborate lie or this fellow has a great memory. I prefer not to speak too much on the subject, however. Understandable. Okay, so we're just gonna move on from that? Like, nothing? All right, thanks a lot, I guess. So I have to somehow get magic that deals with the riddle to perform in front of the Sphinx. Got it. That doesn't seem too hard. All right, I guess back into the depths of hell we go. Hopefully nothing down here will kill me. Hopefully I can find a bed somewhere to sleep in. Otherwise, Ebb and Snell are pulling all-nighters 24/7. All right, we have not gone down this staircase. And apparently, it's a long way down. We can't. All right, so explore. And so there's the mysterious door. What is this way? That looks like August door. What's down here? What is this? The roots. The Sablo city. Oh, it's so peaceful looking. Can I steal anything? Charisma looks like the kind of rock you can stand on to gain attention. Okay, why do I want to gain attention? Let's see what happens. You step up on the rock. Around you lies the vast chamber of roots and stone of dwarf and primal forces pressing up against one another. Also, you can absolutely make some noise in here. Try it. Don't make this about yourself. A rock like this is a keystone and a tool of an individual. It's a platform, a scene. Scenes are made for bringing attention to those who deserve it, i.e. you. I am lord of this dwarf fortress. Your voice echoes out among the tangled roots. What are you doing? Since no one of importance heard you, you can make any statements you want. It literally doesn't matter unless you care about what the goblin thinks of you. Making statements, Snell, seems a bit imperialist and or colonialist, if you ask me. Oh no, I didn't realize. I apologize. And as Gallus, I would never endorse this. Now I was going for a more generic power affirming apolitical statement. Free Strider! What? As a free strider, I don't like the colonialism either. I want people to be free to choose their own path. Did you just say free strider? Yes, I wanted to make my stance clear before I made my point. All right, we've claimed we're free striders 6 times. And we are so close to leveling up. Goblin looks around the pool, his face carrying an expression that's about to melt off his cheeks. Why am I standing here? What am I doing with my life? Can we go, please? All right, thank you. Greco fades out among the roots. All right, that was fun. Get me off this rock now. All right, who are you? Moongore Whibbit Guardian. Ooh, a character. Hello, lady. Human? A hairy beast towering over you, its face contorted into a stern and probably permanent frown. Watch yourself. This is Halfway's territory. This is a bugbear. They're most common in the West. She notices Snow with you and gives him a nod. Runna. Hey, Moongore. Things going well? They are going. She nods in your direction. This is your cleric? Seems so, yeah. I thought you'd be taller, she says with a scoff. You know this creature, Snell? Moongore keeps the roots safe. She's our champion of the depths. No monster will ascend, not while I draw breath. Serious as always. Good to see. The bugbear places a hand on her weapon. Do not cause trouble. Morning Star. Blanged mace, actually. A club. Keeping it simple, great. She will not use it. I have some questions about the tea shop. I felt a slight rumble in the earth. I was down here, guarding the roots. Just a little rumble? I'm assuming it was most ferocious force of magic or nature. It create a quake all the way down here. Okay, thank you. There's a dwarf who says you won't let him pass here. The dark dwarf? Yes, he asked for an access to the south tunnels. He is not permitted. Why not? The lady does not permit it. Lady Sageleaf does not allow looters on her grounds, only official expeditions. My official expedition? She glances at Snell and shrugs. More or less. She frowns. If you go into the south tunnels, beware of monsters. They crawl in from below, infesting the caverns. Awesome. We clean them out every other week, but they return often. Isn't the pest control guild supposed to take care of that stuff? She lets out a deep laugh. Pest control? Those pussies won't step below the lower, especially on Tolstad. Bunch of weaklings looking for easy payouts. If we can't deal with it ourselves, we hire outside muscle, but not the PCG. Okay. Pest Control Guild works closely with clerics. Got it. Don't care about their retired dangerous work for real men. All right, what kind of monsters? All kinds, anything that crawls through the cracks of the city below. All kinds, tell me more. Last month we killed a hook horror. It was a great hunt. Before that, a bunch of giant spiders. Oh god, no. A gray ooze, met a green one. Was not fun. Last year, we had to get a specialist to deal with a hive of cranium ants. They negotiated for days. The worst was probably the gricks. I hate those things, but I'm sad to say we have not yet had to deal with the boulette. I do not think those land sharks enjoy tunneling here, but there have been reports of a few of them moving closer to settlements in the very last year over in Verdun. I want to skin one of those things one day. That would be pleasurable. Cool. She grins. Have you seen a man in yellow? She grunts. So yes, I did. Are you looking for this man? Grunt conspicuously. Bugbear shows you a deep frown and says, if you see him, stick a knife through his heart for me. Wait, why? I saw him approaching from the pillar chamber. Told him to step away from halfway turf. But that bastard, he cast a spell on me. That's awful. No, I was weak. I saw him approaching. He wore an ugly yellow robe. Then he said a few words and I suddenly happily allowed him to pass. A charm of some kind. I was helpless like a kitten. Gods, I hate kittens. Run away from her before it's too late. I'll avenge your honor, salute her, I swear. What can you tell me about him? He has slightly darker skin, unlike most pale humans in Norvik. Carried a backpack and several things, tools. That's not very specific. You want wordy? Go ask a poet. I'll avenge your honor. Okay. You must find this man and punish him. All right, Frank, son of Frank. Getting you, boy. Do what you want. I don't care. She actually kind of does. You catch her glancing at your finger. Which direction do you go? Through the south caves. She points towards the damp tunnel down the slope. I warned him about the monsters as he walked away. Because of that darn spell, I would have hoped for him to be dinner for some hook horror or dark mantle, but the bastard turned invisible as he entered the tunnel. I hate wizards. Same, can't stand those nerds. Bugbear lets out a grunt, clearly signaling she's done with this part of the conversation. Can I have the spell scroll you got? No, of course not. I got this as a gift. I can't just give it away. Please? No. Just take it then, leave the convo, sneak up on her and snatch it. Only suckers ask for things. That would be stealing. Yes, it would. It'd be wrong. Oh yeah, so wrong, so bad. Let's do it. Okay. I can't talk it off of her? Come on. You look like a great warrior and woman. Attempt to flirt. We're flirting with everything. I do not look like it, human. I am. God, I agree. A lot. Like, a lot. What are you attempting here? She laughs mockingly. Some type of courtship? You are a fool. Prove yourself worthy and I might look your way, you buffoon. How come everyone wants me to prove myself? I will return once I avenge your honor, milady. She clicks her tongue. Yeah, whatever. All right. South tunnels. Beware monsters. Okay. South caves. All right, so that's the south caves. What is this? The wizard, you can do something interesting. Is petrified surface. Petrified bow. I can take it. It gives me dexterity and constitution. Is that better than my crossbow? What's my crossbow give me? 1 dexterity, 1 wisdom. What's my wisdom at? You are not wise. This gives me dexterity and constitution. Sure. Let's put that there instead. All right, so south caves. What's this way? Anywhere to sleep? I'm guessing not. Do you think the bar has a room? Snail shell is blocking the way. Let's check this out. The air itself grows freezing cold as you head deeper into the tunnel until you find the passage blocked by a spiral shell. It is a massive unit of hail snail. It fills the entire eastern passage. Holy hells, that's one thick snail. Don't be rude, he's just a little broad. Nothing wrong with that. The hail snail moves its thick head, blue eyes stalks focusing on you, probably. You ever seen a snail like this before, Snell? Gesture with your arms to emphasize the humongous nature of the creature. I mean, yeah. Goblin waltzes up to him and looks up and down. This big guy's been here for months. Last time I was here, he was facing slightly to the left. Moving closer, you do see snails moving. Maybe 10 degrees or 5, not very fast. All right. Are we going to be able to get it out of the way? It'll be done by next year, probably. Then it'll head straight out the tunnel in another 1 or 2. Snell, isn't this creature blocking your goblin operations in some way? At first, yeah, Sage Leaf had plans of cleaning up the roots and establishing a mushroom farm across the south and east tunnels, but the prospect of dealing with this kind of cleanup duty wasn't exactly something people were excited by. So when this big boy fell off the crack last year, the whole thing got postponed, and lots of halfway people were very, very fine with it. Points back through the tunnel, and ever since, we've only had to deal with invasions from the south tunnels. So this leads to east tunnels. Yep. I wanted to go to the east tunnels. Are you saying that only because you can't go there? Yes. Trust me, everything east of here is shit. These tunnels just lead to a bunch of dangerous trap-filled spiral halls leading to the shifting falls. I didn't read all that, whoopsies. And then the water temple. Oh god. Legend of Zelda water temple? Please no. Technically, there are some routes that lead to the lower palace as well, but if you want to go there, you're better off taking the upper pass. I'm already excited for it. You don't have to try to sell it, Snell. You're right, adventure and spelunking excitement sounds terrible and bad. I actually have no opinion on his awesome dungeon experience you're speaking of. I'm a person who does not enjoy dungeons. I'm excited. Goblin just looks at you, his gaze giving a type of neutral, disassociate look. Basically, the snail have their work down here is what I'm saying. Turns to the creature and yells, so take your time, will ya? At the time of the world. I want to pet the hail snail. Why? That would be very cold. It would hurt me. Frostbite is no joke. You could probably make a joke about frostbite if you tried hard enough. I still want to pet it. Then do it with gusto. The frost will damage me. No, it won't. You reach forth and place it's hard, air freezing cold. Your hand begins to burn. Ow! Okay, it did hurt. You have to touch everything? Yeah, I do, Snell. Thank you. I figured it was clear by the bone frigid temperature that it'd be really stupid to pet a magical ice snail, but that's just me. Deep clicking emanates through the eastern tunnel. The hail snail speaks. Oh, but it did something. All right, so see, Ebb, smart boy. Oh, is that what they sound like? By the gods, yeah, don't get him angry. We like this guy. Oh, all that. Okay, I got health back. All right, so we are exhausted. Can I guess I can take the short rest to get us not exhausted. How do I take the short rest? Spend 1 hour to recover 1d8 of HP, remove 1 level of exhaustion, restore 1 spell slot. After resting, all dice checks are unlocked. Let's rest and see what this does for us. Rolled 2. Okay, that's fine. Now, where do I check my exhaustion level? Because it says lowered by 1. Managed to restore 1 first level spell slot. All right. And what time is it? Unlocked all ability checks. It is 2200, so that's 10 o'clock. So we have 2 hours to explore. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode. We are going to start the next episode by exploring these southern tunnels filled with monsters, looking for Frank, son of Frank. And then hopefully by the time we're done with that, we will move on to going to our boss who only talks between midnight and 6 a.m. Thank you so much for everyone for joining me. I hope you're having a good time. Please let me know what you want to see, how you're enjoying it or not enjoying it in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.